Okay, so something happened to my power, so I'm going to try to finish this video. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the Florida school shooting. Okay, it's not a coincidence that the guy whose name was Israel, Isis is the moon, Ra is the sun, El. 17 people were killed. That's the number 8, which is the two female twin souls. The secret societies are just telling us, plain and simple, um, the 8s, okay, are going to die. Okay, the 9s, the 10s, these are the higher conscience, higher vibrating humans that they're going to sacrifice the targeted individuals. I'm telling you, this is what they're telling you. And when Obama declared a war on ISIS, it's got nothing to do with a funded militia group funded by Hillary Clinton and George Soros and all these other people. So ISIS is the female right brain. They're people in the government that want to kill everybody that has the right brain mentality. Plain and simple. They're called targeted individuals. I'm one of them. Okay. We're the real ones that should be the elected. This is where you get, I just did a video about this. You have, well, let's don't even get into that because I can talk for hours about that. So you have intelligence and you have intellect. Okay, so we're the intellect. Intelligence is just something that you learn in school, which is not, it's got nothing to do with in wisdom. Nothing. Zero. You're just learning the ways of man. And just like the TV series Big Bang Series, a bunch of feminine men, and they all know the ways of man very well. But when it comes to spiritual wisdom, they're idiots. This is where the word moron and crazy comes from. Mor is the moon. Okay, it's associated with the female. So when you call somebody a moron, it's actually a compliment in Hebrew. When you call somebody crazy, it's Christ-like, Trinity, God-like man. It's a God-like man. That's what it means. So crazy is also a compliment. It's funny how God makes that. So when somebody comes up and calls you crazy or a moron, they don't even know what the word means because they're still in their grave. They're dead. They don't even know what it means. They think it means the opposite because their world, Peter hung himself upside down. Peter, the Jupiter was trying to tell you something. The world is upside down. God said, build the church on the rock, Peter's rock, Jupiter. I'm telling you so. And listen, it's not a coincidence that God tells you to build the church. Jupiter in gematria is 99. 9 and 9 is 18. That's 1 and 8 is 9. 9 times any number is 9. This is the true number. It's not a coincidence that Jupiter is 99. 9/11. 9 is the highest level of consciousness. It's the only true number. You can multiply 9 times any number. It comes out to be 9. That's a fact. It's a true number. So build the church on the truth. But our churches today are built on the physical, the masculine world, not the feminine world. The feminine world, the spiritual world, the feminine is the only truth. I'm telling you, the moon is associated with Mary Magdalene. She was the real prophet. Jesus was just the physical teacher. And I'm telling you, these are not, I mean, it's like a movie, okay? Do I believe that people walk the earth and probably there was a man called Jesus? And yeah, I do. I believe in the story. I do. But I believe that it's also the allegorical moon, sun, planets. I mean, all the 12 disciples are associated with the signs of the zodiac, guys. I mean, the Last Supper is just a symbol of the 13th lunar cycle of the moon. I'm telling you, but you know, you guys believe what you want to believe. If a left brain person watches this video, they're just going to go, wow, he's crazy. This guy needs to take a pill because their brain is dead. You can't awaken a dead brain. You can't. You cannot. There's nothing. I've tried for years. You can't do it. No matter what you say. I've got more awards in sales and closing deals. If you think Donald Trump is a great closer, I was a great closer. But I can't take the dead to the living. Nobody can. They have to want to do it themselves. I don't care how great of a salesman you are. And it's almost like I feel like almost like God chose me to be one of his elect. And it's almost like punishment because I've won more awards in sales than anybody I've ever read about. Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, Dale Carnegie, you name it. I mean, I'm telling you, every single month I was in top of the sales charts. I was so good in sales that I wouldn't even work for almost 15 days out of the week. This is a true story. I wouldn't even work. And then when I go to work, I would always pass everybody up. I'm telling you. And why did I do that? It was because there's so much harassment and bullying when you're at the top, guys. It's a very tough world. It's almost like a beautiful woman. Okay, if you're a pretty woman, nobody likes you. Those people hardly have no friends. Believe you me, I'm telling you. So let's keep going. All right. Now, also, the moon, you will see all these dates, and it will always be associated with disasters because the moon is Ellie, the extinction level event. I'm telling you, if the tides or the earthquake or anything like that, matter of fact, the cell towers and directed energy weapons, that's electromagnetic energy. They're simulating the moon. The moon is the most powerful force that is tied to water. Okay. It has water and the moon just go together, and it will, just like the tides will rise and the plants are mostly water, will rise to the moon. The moon is the most powerful force. And a lot of people think it's the sun, but I'm telling you, the moon is the female Eve, evening. It's the night. It's black. That's why judges wear black, people, because they're saying that they're the sheriff, the female. I'm telling you, black, men in black, that's female. That is the evening. Eve bites the apple. Evening. It is nighttime. The moon, I'm telling you, matter of fact, it's not a coincidence that the person that's trying to prosecute me here in Louisiana, his name is Montgomery. The moon. This is not a coincidence that the moon, the people who claim the physical, that claim to be the spiritual, they're going to try to crucify Frederick Wust, which I've had an awakening. I've been reborn, truly been reborn. It's not that bullshit in the religions. I'm telling you, I've really been reborn. I've come out of my grave. Okay? I know about the driver's license and the birth certificates, how they're claiming that you're dead in the monetary system, the moon. So, I mean, there is truly an awakening to where the mind can be balanced. The left and the right brain can be balanced. Libra is a woman. Those scales are associated with Moses dividing the waters, the brain. There's a dividing line right between your brain. Don't tell me there isn't. It's not a coincidence that there's 33 bones in the spinal cord. Jesus dies at 33. When do you get to the moon chakra? At the 33rd level. Okay? All right? I'm telling you. So I wish. All right, so let's talk about the dates. April 20th, 2010 is the same as 57, which is the moon, okay, when you do this in Gematria. Guess what happened? Deep water horizon, the whore. The whore is the female. I'm telling you, it's not a bad word. Somebody calls you a whore, don't be insulted. It's associated with Horus and Isis. Horus, I'm telling you. That's where they get that from. They call a woman a whore. You know what they're really calling a woman when they say whore? They're saying that she's the physical. She's physical. It's got nothing to do with being a slut. That's something that you were programmed to learn by the Matrix. It's got nothing to do with it. In your mind, that's what it means. But when you go back to the ancient language, a whore is associated with Horus, the sun god. Okay, you're calling a woman a man. That's what you're doing. And and nowadays it's not. So here's another thing. When Donald Trump declares war on M13, that's just like Obama declaring a war on ISIS. The gang M13, yeah, is there a real gang M13? Yes, there is. I agree with that. He's not a liar. But guess who put him here? Same people who created ISIS. The same people who created ISIS created M13 gangs. Now Donald Trump's going to go after the M13. M13 is us, people. M13 is us. So they claim that they're going after a gang. Well, the gang wouldn't be here if they... Remember, these people are problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem to pretend like they're the solution. So we got to go after the M13. Secretly, they're really going after the right brain people. And the reason why we were targeted and chipped and tracked and studied and scanned and brain scanned is because they want to make robots that think like us. That's their goal. To control the right brain. Because the right brain doesn't commit crimes. They don't kill. They don't live by evil swords. I mean, if you want a heaven on earth, trust me, you have to have a world filled with right brain people. I'm telling you, because these people, we know the law of God and we don't break it. This is why it's very difficult to throw people like us in prison, because we don't break the law. And so what do they do to throw us in prison? Well, they just make shit up. They stage it. They racketeer on us. They say, hey, go to his property and pretend like you're a burglar. He's going to react. We'll have him arrested. That's what Judas Iscariot did Jesus Christ. He wasn't a criminal. He falsely accused Jesus of a crime he didn't commit. And then when Jesus said, put down the swords, he meant words. Because the words will cut like a knife. And that's what the legal system uses to prosecute people. Words. You do not know the words that the lawyer knows, or the judge. And he's tricking you. Okay? When he calls your name, you're admitting that you're dead. That's the biggest trick of all. As soon as you enter into that courtroom, you're entering into a ship, which is maritime admiralty. You're entering the ship. You're on the water. That's the moon, okay? And the man is in black. I'm telling you, he's the judge. Judge and Jesus is the same thing. I'm telling you. That's the judgment card. That's the number 11. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's 11. So as soon as you enter this, now you're on a ship. You're on Noah's Ark, okay? And now you're off the law of the land. Now you're on the law of the water, maritime admiralty. I'm telling you. So they're tricking you. So swords are words. Your birth certificate says you're dead. Your driver's license says you're a fictional character. First thing they do is they say, are you this person on the driver's license? No, I'm the living person. I'm not the dead person. The judge will get really pissed off at you if you say that. Because most of them know exactly what that means. If not all of them. They know exactly what that means. So what they're doing is throwing a fictional dead entity in prison. So that's why they have no problem killing you, because you're dead. You're not the living. The only way you're the living is through the moon. Mary Magdalene. I'm telling you, the right brain. Jesus sits at the right hand of the Father in the Bible. Okay? And it's not a coincidence that Deepwater Horizon was done on Moon 57. I'm telling you, it's not a coincidence. Also, Rose, Gemini. Gemini is the two twin souls, two female twin souls. That's the rebirth. My daughter was a Gemini that they murdered. Tesla. Oh my God, Tesla is the moon, and they're using Tesla technology to control our minds and directed energy weapons. Oh no, a Shark Tank. They're claiming that the Jews, they're killing the Jews, the moon. They're killing the ISIS. They're killing the Florida. It's not a coincidence, okay? Killing kids in Florida. The Lux, the Major in the military, the actor, the Krishna, the Chris, okay? I'm out of time, guys. So hope you enjoyed it.